loch the size of nothing grand, with whispers stitched in muddy sand. The sky just hovers.
Today, a scenic loch, a dead quiet priory, and enough midges to start your own minor kingdom. We'll be poking around Balgavies Loch, that is if the wildlife doesn't poke back, then a swift jaunt to Restenneth Priory to see how impressively little remains when you stop paying attention for 700 years. Like, subscribe, and prepare to be thoroughly underwhelmed in the most Scottish way possible. First off, Balgavies Loch, sitting quietly between Forfar and Lethem. And by quietly, I mean the kind of quiet where even your own breathing feels intrusive. Technically, it's a nature reserve, but really it's more of a grand old puddle, with excellent PR. It stretches about 25 hectares, and if you don't know what a hectare is, congratulations, you're normal. It's big enough for ospreys, swans, and the occasional baffled tourist who thought it would be bigger. Ospreys are the stars here, majestic birds of prey swooping about like they're starring in their own private BBC documentary. They return every spring because, unlike us, they know a good fishing spot when they see one. There's even a man-made nesting platform because if you're a bird of prey, apparently you get free housing. Must be nice. If you're lucky, or just very, very still, you'll see otters. If you're unlucky, you'll hear them laughing at you from the reeds. There's a well-kept path around parts of the loch, but much of it is mercifully left to the marshes and dense trees. It's one of those places that looks wilder than it really is, like a teenager growing a bad moustache. And yes, there are hides, those wooden boxes where you sit, silent and hopeful, trying not to audibly snack on crisps while waiting for something magical to happen. Most of the time you'll be rewarded with ducks, lots of ducks, sometimes a heron, if you're spiritually pure enough. Overall, Balgavies is charmingly undeveloped. No gift shops, no coffee kiosks, no men in tweed selling artisan jams, just you, the birds, and the rapidly dawning awareness that waterproof trousers were in fact the correct choice.
A priory spawns in the field of sheep, leaning like it's lost its sleep. A tower with a seam, a soft intruder in the green. A priory spawns in the field of sheep, leaning like it's lost its sleep. A tower with a seam, a soft intruder in the green. A priory spawns in the field of sheep, leaning like it's lost its sleep. A tower with a seam, a soft intruder in the green. A priory spawns.
Back in the car park, past the fields that are either lush green or aggressively muddy depending on how recently the heavens opened, a 5-minute drive up the road and Restenneth Priory. Brace yourselves for a masterclass in historical ruin. Restenneth Priory, or what's left of it, lurks just outside Forfar, like a half-forgotten bookmark in Scotland's medieval scrapbook. Originally founded in the 12th century by Augustinian monks, it was built on the remains of an even older Pictish church. This spot was basically holy real estate, long before anyone thought of inventing bagpipes or shortbread. What's striking is the tower. narrow, stubborn, and clearly immune to both time and common sense. It's thought that parts of it date back to the 8th century. You know a place is ancient when even the moss looks a bit tired. In its prime, Restenneth was a thriving religious community. Today, it's a few stone walls, a gateway to nowhere, and a tower that is somehow still standing despite the best efforts of centuries of Scottish weather. No visitor centre, no animated reenactments, just sheep giving you the side eye. Robert the Bruce even ordered his son to be buried here, though, frankly, it's hard to imagine choosing this bleak field when there were perfectly good cathedrals available. But then, Bruce was never accused of being predictable. You'll likely have this place to yourself, save for the wind and the occasional curious crow auditioning for a horror film. It's all very atmospheric, if your idea of atmosphere is mildly unsettling. Still, if you squint past the ruins, you can almost hear the monks chanting, the bells ringing, and the quiet despair of someone realising they left their only tunic out in the rain. So, Balgavies Loch, peaceful, wet, mildly judgmental. Restenneth Priory, atmospheric, crumbling, wildly optimistic about its foundations. Both well worth a look, provided you enjoy solitude and niches. Hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more adventures, where the attractions are old and the weather is unpredictable.